San Juan, Puerto Rico, in the tempest-battered neighborhood of Barriada Figueroa on Friday. Neighbors welcomed guests with a now-recognizable inquiry, one that was definitely trailed by a frustrating answer: "Would you say you are FEMA?" Tropical Storm Maria had tore dividers and metal rooftops from the brilliantly hued homes in this common laborers' neighborhood in focal San Juan. 9 days after the tempest hit, rotten water still lay dormant in the avenues. Aida Perez, 73, gave a voyage through her home, indicating the gaps in her rooftop and roof. She said she could utilize a canvas. What's more, nourishment. What's more, cash. In any case, no government authorities had been spotted yet. After George's, FEMA came, the Red Cross came, and they came quickly, she stated, alluding to Hurricane George's, the 1998 tempest that caused outrageous harm here, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The moderate pace of the government reaction to Hurricane Maria, and the playful depiction of the reaction by elected authorities, including President Trump, undermined for this present week to end up noticeably a shame and political obligation for the organization as it mixed to go up against a catastrophic event that has overpowered this island, and introduced amazing strategic difficulties. On Friday evening, Mr. Trump again over and over lauded his administration's reaction to the Puerto Rico sea tempest amid comments to columnists before leaving for his New Jersey club for the end of the week. "It's going truly well, considering," Mr. Trump said. He included, "We've made colossal steps. Extremely intense circumstance." Later, he stated, "Individuals can't trust how effective it's been." In any case, the distinction between what authorities in Washington were stating and the circumstance on the ground in Puerto Rico was caught on live TV by the reaction of the leader of San Juan when she was played a clasp of the acting Homeland Security Secretary, Elaine Duke, saying that she was exceptionally fulfilled with the administration's reaction. Ms. Duke called it an uplifting news story as far as our capacity to contact individuals and the set number of passings that have occurred. The answer from Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz: "This is, damn it, this isn't an uplifting news story. This is a people are biting the dust story. This is a decisive story. This is there's a truckload of stuff that can't be taken to individuals story. This is an account of an annihilation that keeps on declining." Mr. Trump's political foes immediately jumped on what they said was confirmation of an absence of intrigue or dourness with respect to the president. What's more, some observed a resound of the remarks made in 2005 by previous President George W. Bramble, when he adulated then FEMA head Michael Brown for doing a hell of an occupation amidst what was generally observed as a moderate and bungled recuperation exertion in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. The issue is, and this is the thing that felled the Bush organization, pictures recount the entire story, said Dan Pfeiffer, who filled in as a correspondence's executive and senior counselor for previous President Barack Obama. You had Trump on Twitter saying a certain something, and afterward you have the pictures all finished. Link News recounting an alternate story. Diminish Fever, a national security official for Mr. Shrub amid Katrina, said there were numerous likenesses between Hurricane Maria and the 2005 tempest, each of which hold lessons for Mr. Trump and his group. "There are echoes to it that should concern the White House," Mr. Fever said. "They would be shrewd that they not underestimated that they can maintain a strategic distance from that picture stamped on this scene. What makes a difference more is the discernment than the truth," Mr. Fever included. The best after-activity histories did not denounce Bush as strikingly as the prompt media surrounding. The organization is verifiably confronting an overwhelming assignment. The typhoon thumped out about all of Puerto Rico's electrical matrix, and the greater part of its cell benefit. Streets are harmed, spans have crumbled, and an obscure number of Puerto Ricans are stranded in the slopes and hollows of the mountain inside without access to water or nourishment. Delegates of the district government positioned outside the capital have taken to heading to San Juan face-to-face to display their advance reports. On Friday, Governor Ricardo A. Roslo said that the administration would start seizing and giving without end no less than 3,000 holders of freight stuck at the port of San Juan, quite a bit of it implied for the island's general stores, if the stores themselves couldn't move the stock. Be that as it may, Several grocery stores stayed shut in view of an absence of diesel fuel to run their generators, and the popularity for diesel has now made a bootleg market for it. The nearby and central governments have been not able thought of an answer, said Manuel Reyes Alfonso, official VP of META, the island's sustenance industry affiliation. The circulation of sustenance has transformed into the appropriation of diesel, said Mr. Reyes. I think many are disparaging the capability of emergency. It turns into an emergency when retailers begin shutting when they don't have diesel and the nourishment gets squandered, and it's going on more regularly than individuals might suspect. Omar Marrero, the port's chief in Puerto Rico, said the administration had the privilege to seize shipments. However, nourishment merchants pushed back, saying the legislature had neither the limit nor experience to appropriate sustenance. They ought to do that on the off chance that they need bedlam and ensure that no one needs for 2 weeks, said Angel Torres, the leader of Plaza Provision Company, a shipper for Kraft and different organizations. That would be insane. Nelson O. Vasquez, leader of the Selectos General Store chain, said FEMA had made a less than impressive display with regards to dealing with the intense diesel deficiency, which was devastating the nourishment supply and leaving store racks exposed.